Hello and welcome to the SICSEC Awards of 2018. So, this is the first year I'm doing this, so basically there's going to be a bunch of different categories for things, and I'm going to give the best stars and the awards and that too. So, let's start off with my favourite film of the year. Now, this was a difficult choice. There was a lot of great films that came out this year. But for me, my top pick and the one that gets my award, well, not an actual physical award, you know, it's me saying it. It's a one that might surprise most people, but it's Johnny English Strikes Again. Yes, bit of a one that people might not have seen coming, but honestly, I thoroughly love the Johnny English films, and the fact that we got another one which is really good is just great. And in terms of ranking the Johnny English films, I'd say this one isn't quite as good as the second one, but it's still a fantastic film. And in terms of an honourable mention or runners-up, I would actually say Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which I saw very recently, actually, just a few days ago. So, yeah, that's as an honourable sort of runners-up for that. So, yay. But anyway, let's move on to television. So, what was my favourite TV show? Or series and that of 2018? Well, it was BoJack Horseman Season 5. BoJack Horseman is probably one of the best, if not the best, animated TV shows out, especially right now. This is, to be honest, 5 great seasons of this, but this season and that really got to a point where it kind of pushed things further than it had ever gone before, and it still finds ways to try and push that, I would say, the comfort barrier. So yeah, and I'm glad that it's getting renewed for us. It's got renewed for a 6th season, so we can continue with that. And in terms of a runners-up, well, come on. No, come on, I can hear you shouting at us. What would be the runner-up for a TV show that I saw in 2018? No, it's alright, you can shout it. I'll hear you. No? Final Space. Of course it was going to be Final Space. What else was it going to be? If you saw my review and the way I acted on to a certain character's demise, then yes. Is Final Space perfect? No, but it's nice to see, for one, a YouTuber get their own show and it actually being good. So yeah, it needs a lot more development into it, and then hopefully its 2nd season will do that. In terms of performances, the voice acting is normally pretty solid throughout, and there's some big name actors in there, particularly people like Tom Kenny and David Tennant in there as well. So yeah, really good, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And to be honest, it seems to again still be completely under the radar. I don't know why, to be honest. Is that the case in America? I don't know. I have no way of knowing or saying, but here in the UK, everyone I mention it to hasn't the foggiest of what I'm talking about. So that's a shame, isn't it? But hey, at least it's getting the recognition it deserves and that. And to be honest, you know, on TBS, at least they're showing it some love. So yeah, hopefully, and that it'll be better for its 2nd season. Okay, so next one is going to be a little of an interesting one. This is going to be Vinyl of the Year. So basically, in terms of this, the album or whatever it is that is released on vinyl didn't have to initially be released in 2018. Just the vinyl itself had to be released in 2018. So you'll see what I mean in a minute. But my number one vinyl of 2018 is Doctor Who Energy of the Daleks. Now, this is more of what it represents more than the actual story itself. It's a pretty good Dalek story, it's decent enough, but it's what it represents, and that is Big Finish releasing vinyls that anyone can basically go and buy. Because before this got released, this is a Sainsbury's exclusive, but before this was released, the only Big Finish vinyls were Chimes of Midnight, Spare Parts, and a couple of others, which were normally at minimum £80 a lot of the time. Whereas this was £18. It's a really good price. And they kept releasing more of them. And hopefully they will do in the future. And to be honest, it's quite nice actually. It's an 80-gram heavyweight vinyl, so it's a lot thicker, so it won't flex that as much. And it's nice to have nice big artwork in that. But my runner-up and favourite album of 2018 is Muse Simulation Theory. Now, this has got to be hands down the best artwork on any vinyl that I own. I don't have a huge collection of vinyls, but out of all of them, this artwork is absolutely spectacular. I utterly love it. However, there are a few things that let this down. And the main thing is the packaging. This thing has just got a cardboard sleeve like that and the record itself. That's it. No nice plastic lined packaging or fold open one, which is disappointing because I actually have a previous Muse album that does have that, and it's 180-gram vinyl, but this one doesn't, unfortunately. It feels pretty cheap and pretty flimsy in comparison, and very, very light as well. Also, unlike other record labels, things such as Warner Brothers, you just get the vinyl. That's it. You don't get a download code or anything like that, just the vinyl itself. Still, though, the artwork and the album itself, it's a great album. I really do love the songs. Probably my favourites would be, I think The Dark Side is probably my favourite on this album. But yeah, in terms of vinyls of the year, that's my main one and runner-up. 2018. I bought so many things this year. So many. And this award is going to be going to the one that, to be honest, I have enjoyed and loved the most. So this, for me, is a very personal one. This is the award for my number one purchase of 2018. So what is the thing that I bought in 2018 that has brought me the most amount of joy, and that in total out of everything that I've bought? And I bought a load of things, this coat included, which came today on the 31st of December 2018. I love this thing, this coat and that. I bought, a new laptop, a new tablet, and so many other things as well. So many things that I love. But what was the thing that I bought that meant the most to me? Well, again, this may be an odd one, because actually it's not an expensive item. At least I didn't pay much for it. It cost me only £15. And what is it? Well, it's my BSR turntable. Yes, I utterly, utterly love this thing. This year was the year I decided to get into vinyls, and I utterly love this thing. The amount of times I have used this, it is just unspeakable. And it's at my grandparents' house. It's not actually at home, but I just thoroughly love this thing. It's a fun thing. To be honest, I enjoy listening to music. It makes you actually listen to the music as well, and it gets you into collecting albums again on a physical copy. It's just something I utterly, utterly love. But, again, I'm going to do an honourable mention or runners-up. And that's going to have to be the Samsung Galaxy Tab S4. This year, Samsung actually surprised me and actually released a tablet that was basically everything I wanted, but everyone else would not want. So for me, this was the perfect upgrade for me. And why would I choose this over my new laptop, which is infinitely more powerful than this? Well, simply because I use this every day, every morning and every night for hours and hours and hours on end. Whereas the laptop, I'll basically mainly just use this for editing videos like this, which is great. That's what I bought it for, what it's good at. But this is my relaxation device, basically. This is for me to basically switch off, relax, watch some YouTube or whatever I want to watch, and browse the web and that, go on eBay and everything. So that's why that's there. But considering this thing was £500 and the turntable was 15, they both bring me enjoyment, but still, that is a large price gap between the two. But yeah, that's it for the purchases in terms of my top ones of 2018. So here it is. We're down to the final category, and again, this is another very personal one. Well, they're all personal because it's my choice. I'm the only voter in this scenario. Great. So, out of all the videos, and including all the channels I have in 2018, for me, what was my favourite in terms of making? What videos and that did I enjoy making the most in 2018? Well, it's a one that barely any of you will basically know about, to be honest, let alone have actually watched, or should I say, listened to. And the few who do know what I'm talking about now. So, this year in 2018, I decided to start an original audio series, which would basically be my way of basically doing an original series at last, but also making it also have mental health relations, basically, for giving people a way of what it's like to actually, you know, go through mental health, for example, anxiety, depression, OCD, and anger issues and stuff. And that was the Donfrey Doncaster podcast, which I released this year. I recorded it and made it this year, and I might as well announce it here. We'll be getting a second series in sometime in 2019. It's something that I've always wanted to do, an original series, and this year I finally did do it, and I thoroughly enjoyed doing it. So yeah, but in terms of a runners-up, I would actually say my Basil Brush Christmas special review. At this point in this channel, I think now basically is the point that I've got into the groove of things, and that I basically, with my first couple of reviews, like my Puss in Boots, the Adventure of Puss in Boots review, and also my Final Space reviews, it was more of testing the waters and trying to get into a format, into a flow of things. And now I feel that I've got into that format of things. This channel is obviously new and started this year, so that would basically be a runner-up. A very close runner-up, but still a runner-up nonetheless. So anyway, that's it for me. Well, until whatever the next video is. And don't worry, I've got planned videos for 2019 for this channel, as well as my others. What could possibly go wrong? By the looks of it, everything. I'll see you next time.